Good morning, everybody. This is 3333 Lightworker. Today I'm bringing you this week's January 4th through the 10th of 2026 tarot reading. Now, this week, as you can tell from all of these cards, it was like all this, they just kept on dropping and dropping as I was shuffling. And so I said, okay, let's take them all because it obviously has a message for everyone to listen to. Now, the theme of this week is shedding the residue of 2025 will bring blessings. So that's a good omen for this week. Now let's get to it, shall we? This is Ace of Cups. Let me see, make sure. Yeah, Ace of Cups right there for you. Now, you understand now how Spirit helps you with every decision that you make. And now you see that the body, the mind, and the soul work together to move yourself forward. In life, we have to be smarter here. We have to be more alert and more aware on how we are manifesting energy within our heart, mind, and soul. And, we want to bring the right people into our lives to assist us, and especially in 2006 or 26, because the path is going to be one of like a crazy wild ride. And we have to have our stuff together, so to speak. The Hierophant here is the next card. Yeah, there you go. And you see these stairs all the way up to Spirit. And like I've been always saying, if you got to learn how to meditate, listen to your intuition, because we're in connection with Spirit, and it's aligned, and we have to believe that it is aligned within our hearts. You and me, and we all have learned our lessons. And this year, let's take a couple of classes to improve ourselves. On a topic that we're all interested in. It's time to expand our consciousness with the people and friends. So choose new friends this year, along with your old ones, unless you want to get rid of them. But choose new friends that kind of like, make you want to improve yourself, make you want to go after careers that you thought I couldn't do that, and you still want to, but you're afraid to. Pick friends that want to help you and motivate you to become your best version, okay? Now, our next card here is the Ten of Wands. Now, we've had this card many times last year, and all it is that we're learning to move on from what doesn't serve us. We're done with the lessons of 2025, and you're mentally packing away all those stresses, bad relationships, career moves that didn't work out, moving on, and you can be possibly. Also, you could possibly moving home within the next 30 to 40 days. It's okay to be yourself now, and if you need to be alone, it's okay. It's just temporary at this time. But sometimes it's best that if we're not in a good mood, or if we're dwelling on, our past mistakes or past relationships or whatever, sometimes it's the best thing to do is to stay alone until you can manage your emotions or manage the things that didn't work out and you need to let go. And sometimes that's really hard. Not me, I've learned my lesson. Doesn't work out? Next. So our next card is the Knight of Cups. There's that good looking dude. He has healthy emotions, and so do you now, because 2026 is going to be one of your best years ever. You're walking, lifting weights, you're exercising, running, and you're hiking, and your body is starting to show it too. And somebody new, maybe it's at the gym or maybe on a hike or whatever, they're going to notice, whether female or male. And it's all because you've started to take better care of yourself, eat better. So pay attention and don't allow your emotions to shadow yourself when you meet this person. And if they ask you for your phone number, it's up to you, of course, but take it one day at a time. Be flirtatious. I mean, this is a year that if you're looking for somebody, you're going to meet him or her. But don't be slutty about it or whatever. But, be nice, flirtatious, and decide if you want to give them their phone number or not. So, just kind of, if you've been meditating and all that, you're starting to use your intuition better on people that you meet. And so just use whether you should give them your phone number or just say, hey, why don't you give me your phone number and I'll call you. That's even better, sometimes. The next card here is the Ten of Swords. Yeah, there you go, Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords is just letting us know that these, in the coming days, it's also a time for self-reflection, to make sure you're forgiving everybody who had hurt you, lied to you, backstabbed you, misjudged you, before you accept any new relationships, job, or letting a family member back in. This is your life, and nobody has the right to judge you for whether you're too thin or too overweight, or your hair is too long or too short. Oh my God, just let people be people. We're all human. Just let us be who we are meant to be. And if we decide individually, if we decide to change something, we will change it. And no, you don't need to go loaning money to your sisters or brothers who overspent during the Christmas and they can't make their bills. It's their lesson to learn, not yours. Their energy to deal with, not yours. Our next card here is the Seven of Pentacles. Let me get that right in the center there. There you go. Seven of Pentacles. You are headed in the right direction. It's time to trust your intuition and take a little time for self-reflection, like I mentioned before. And just keep going. Your life, on your life path, the seeds that you have planted are now showing roots, and so they are taking place. And it's just a part of your journey to reflect on time and inspiration, not frustration. Always in the first part of a new year, it's slow. People are getting back to normal, back to work and stuff, and especially with it raining or snowing or just, it's just right now people are just kind of like chilling and trying to go with the flow right now. So don't force anything on yourself, but reflect on the time and inspiration that you need. You don't need any more frustration in 2026. And if your friends or family keep on nudging you and judging you, then just take a time out. Just block them or something until they apologize or, just fade away into the distance. I'm not sure, but it's time to take care of yourself this week. Get your mind and your soul matching. Get them aligned. So here we have the next card. We have the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands is he's a passionate encounter kind. He's a person who helps you achieve your goals but wants something in return. You just have to set your boundaries, with these people. And if they don't like it, they can, like I said, bye, next, The right people and the right person will come and help you. And if someone offers you a contract or, backing or whatever, read the contract very, very carefully at this time. And don't be, if somebody forces you or pressures you to sign now or else I'll go somewhere else, say, you know what, because you're forcing me or trying to pressure me to sign something I haven't even read, that's a big red flag. Bye-bye. Obviously, you are not to be trusted. And just say, no, you're trying to force me, pressure me, and I'm not going to do that without taking my time to decide whether I want to work with you or not, or have your backing, because, what is it that you want? Ask them, whoever has got all this money who wants to back you, just ask them, what do you want from me? And if it's too much, just don't sign, say, no, I think I can do this on my own. So really pay attention to those red flags. Okay, it's not that you won't sign or whatever, but you need clarification and you need it in the contract. Don't just take a person's word for it. Make sure that they put it in writing so you feel you comfortable and you're getting both what you want and the other person. Okay. Um, People, because you're succeeding in whatever area that you're doing and you're looking better, you're dressing better, you got some new clothes, people are curious, and they want to, they're going to come out of the woodwork, especially if you've got a really important job, you just got promoted and you're making like twice as much as you did before. They see dollar signs, especially family members. I don't know why they think that because you're, doing well in your business or whatever in your career, that you owe them something. You've earned it. It's yours. It's your right. So don't let them, think that they can take from you just because you're doing well. Just suggest that maybe they might want to get a job that pays that well if they're so interested in how you're doing. Our next card is the World. One of my favorite cards. To me, that means that you are embracing everything in your life. It's changing. It's positivity. The universe here is conspiring to help you, and that's a blessing. So give thanks to Spirit. Okay, I always say that. Abundance can arrive at any time with that card. So stay focused in your goals and your health, and have. I tell you, everybody, I mean the collective or whatever you want to call yourself, you have come so far. Last year you put up with so much stress, so much anxiety. You have come so far. I want you to pat yourself on the back. Your soul has ascended into a positive blessing. So you can begin to arrive in 2026 with a smile on your face, with goals in hand, and you are going to make something out of yourself this year by just digging your hands into it and concentrating and stop all the distractions. This is a year of making your dreams come true. Now, this card is the Six of Pentacles. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. Six of Pentacles. And things will begin to lighten up here this week, so progress is going to slowly but surely start, moving into your lives, and you're going to feel lighter. You're going to sleep better knowing that things are progressing, especially if you paid your rent on time or mortgage on time. So this card suggests that we eat better, we rest just for a couple of hours or something if we need it, and allow the blessings to flow into our lives. This card, Six of Pentacles, wants you to embrace new beginnings and give thanks to Spirit, because they are, they're right behind you. They may be invisible, but you got some angels backing you up, baby. And I tell you, this is one heck of a week. As you can tell, all these cards. So all the messages were just popping out as I was shuffling, and I'm like, oh my. And I thought, well, do I take all these or just, take a few for the week? And I said, no, this is a major messages that your angels and Spirit wants you to know about. So let's all pay attention to that. Our next card is the Eight of Cups. This woman leaving that one cup behind, but she's looking forward to the sun that's right here. So she wants positivity, no more, negative people in your life or people trying to control you. And they think it's fun that, because you're nice and you're dedicated to your career and your job. They think it's nice to try to tear you down, try to make you have a misstep, or in a text, if you ask them a question and they come back with kind of like a shady way of answering you, and darn well that they're lying to you in this text, but you are professional. You're just going to say thank you and move on and never talk to that person again, because if they're trying to bring you down, or because they're jealous of your progression in life and that you're looking good and feeling good, people always want to tear you down just because you're happy and they're not. So don't allow those type of feelings or those kind of people trying to bring you down affect you one iota. You've worked for it. You have acknowledged yourself, your shadow side and your light side, and you are okay with it because you are moving forward in life and you're always going to do better. Each and every day, you are going to do better. Now, our last card here is the Chariot. I just love this card, especially when you start off with the Ace, and then you've got the World here, and you've got the Chariot here. So, chariots, that means fast-moving communications. So let everything go in 2025 that was bringing you down, and in 2026, say, show me the way, baby. Show me the money. You want a new career, you want a new job, you want a new relationship, a new home, a new car. You want it all this year. And there's no reason why you can't have it. Just think positive and say, I've worked my little fanny off. I deserve blessing after blessing after blessing. And then always, always give gratitude and thanks to your angels and spirit. You don't have anything to prove to yourself or anybody else now, okay? And just tell yourself, while you're waiting for all of this to begin and all of this to happen this week, just say this: I understand that everything comes to me in divine timing. Say that again, I will. I understand that everything comes to me in divine timing, and just trust. Trust that your angels and the universe will give you everything that you need at the right time, okay? So just stay positive. Success is a magical time right now. So just say, success is mine. Repeat it over and over again, And while you're, walking or talking to people, don't look down, look up. Looking up means that you're looking towards the future and you're positive. Looking down means, don't talk to me. I don't know how to answer that. That kind of thing. This week is a magical time. So just trust yourself, trust the universe to bring you forward and give you the movement and the blessings that you desire. So if you like this video, please give it a good old thumbs up or a subscription. And if you'd like a personal reading, all of that description stuff is in the box below. And I say good blessings to you all this week. And this is 3333 Lightworker.